There's still more.
How many more we got? 2.
This is good.
Dude, how are we gonna put all these online? We're gonna have to like post something every week or something.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Don't you have to be going somewhere at 3?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Are you gonna sleep at all, or are you just gonna go to sleep afterwards?
I didn't think I'm just gonna go to sleep afterward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no way you can sleep. It's
Yeah.
1:40 right now.
I'd just be more tired.
Right. It wouldn't even help. Yeah.
Where do you have to go?
I gotta drive Chris's mom up to SeaTac.
Dude, it's so
Oh, shit.
far too. That's the bummer though. Is like
Dude, we can all go with you.
none of us could at least to keep him company on the way home. I'll do it if you want.
Yeah, we'll go with you.
Yeah, I will. I totally will.
That's so funny.
Alright. Hello and welcome to Some Dudes and a Topic.
Tim's not here, as usual.
Yeah, you never is when you start a topic.
And we're gonna jump into the next one. Who hasn't done one yet? No.
I'm
Narn
handing
gets
the
to do it.
bowl. I'm handing the bowl over.
I don't trust you.
Hey.
If I can't read it, no one
Scoot
can.
more a little this way. Let's tighten it up a bit so Narn can get in
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Favorite or best TV show of all time in your
Keep it
opinion?
coming.
What was the question?
Favorite TV show or best of all time?
Oh,
Favorite or best TV show of all time in your opinion?
Huh.
that's tough.
Whose question was this?
This is mine.
Now, are we thinking
Of all
like,
time.
G-String Divas?
No shit, but I'm saying like
Right.
action or just.
I think it's
Just
your
of all
personal
time.
I'm
So-
pretty sure, yeah.
I think it'd be fair to say
It's such a broad
it's
question.
a good
Right.
choice to pick something that's already ended, because you never know, shows could fuck it up at the end.
Right.
For shows that ended. Okay.
And yeah, like series that are finished already. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They don't have to be super good all the way through, but like just the best. It could even be like one season. It doesn't have to be, you know. It's just the
I feel you.
best or your favorite of
Yep.
all time.
So
I guess I have to. Well, I don't really have like a picked out answer for this already because I think it's really hard to pick favorites.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be interesting because TV shows, there's a lot of really, really, really good TV shows out there. And I think right now, this is really difficult for me, but it's just one of those shows that's just all together. I think it's made me feel the most while watching a TV show. It would have to be Scrubs. It's really funny, but there's moments, there's episodes in that show. Yeah, where they cover almost every like. There's one where it's like all about death. This guy is dying, and they talk about like their opinions on death and what they think it's going to be like. And it's just really cool to see like a comedy show touch on something so serious as like what happens after you die, like, and do a really good job of it. So a lot like if you haven't seen it, you don't necessarily understand. But I feel like it just it's gotten the closest to portraying an accurate like friendship between two guys that are really good friends that I've ever seen on a TV show. Plus, it's really funny. Yeah. Plus, yeah. So anyhow, I'd have to say Scrubs probably for me.
Quick question: have you seen the episode unto which, at the end, they play the Hawaiian version of?
Somewhere over
Hey, no, they do,
Yeah,
no. Does he do Hey Ya or something?
No,
like
no,
that?
no, it's what Corey said.
Tim, were you ever in drama
Yeah,
class?
they also do.
I like
dance.
Tim's intro, like he's in a Shakespeare play. Wait a second.
Wings!
I've seen all the
But just to
episodes.
cement your point.
I've seen all the episodes probably more than once.
A good highlight of that is the episode into which it ends with the Hawaiian version of
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
There's another episode where
I
he
feel like
ends
Tim could at any point just be like, Chris, you're fired.
with like a ukulele version of like Hey Ya or something like that. I can't remember exactly what song it is, but it's something like that.
Okay. This is tough. My favorite show right now is Supernatural. Like, hands down, love that show. It's incredible.
But greatest of all time.
I know, it's not over yet, that's why I'm not choosing it. if Arrested Development hadn't gotten another season, I probably would have chose Arrested Development.
Yeah,
and
but they
any other
ruined it in the
shows.
fourth season. Yeah.
Was it
No,
last
I'm saying
season?
it's still going. I still think that their last season was really good. I think they tried doing it a different way. I think schedules interfered with it, so you kind of
Yeah.
lost a lot of that love. But
Yeah.
they had some really good stuff in that new season. The Tobias episodes were incredible. And
Yeah.
anyway, but that's not what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
true.
about.
That's
I
a
would
whole
say,
topic unto itself, Arrested Development.
I think after all the build up and stuff, I really want to watch it again and get like a better feeling of the last season of Arrested Development. But anyway.
I do too.
See, for me, I would have to choose. Friends is an amazing show, and
Much
it
more than
is hilarious. But I think I got to go with X Files because it did
Nice.
something very different. The last couple seasons weren't as good, but I think altogether an amazing show. They did something very different for prime time, and they really kind of started what Supernatural kind of took over.
And
The last season is really good. It wasn't that good when Mulder left because Dave Duchovny.
Yeah,
was,
David Duchovny is like the best
just-
part of the entire show.
He had that. He was special.
and it had one of the greatest theme songs to a TV
Yeah.
show ever.
One
One of the most
Yeah.
noticeable theme songs.
Yeah, but would anyone else get a little frightened when like you were trying to go to bed and then that sound you would?
I never watched that show when I was a kid. It wasn't until I was an adult with Netflix that me and Chris started watching X Files. And
You know what the scariest song for me is going to bed? The Unsolved Mystery song.
Yeah.
you know what the scariest
I
song
can't
for me
remember
is going to bed.
Huh?
You know what the scariest song for me is going to bed.
Do whatever it takes.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. These gummy bears are fucking scary, man. They drink their gummy juice and they bounce around the forest. I never
I'm
got
still
that
trying to think of
idea
that
from
one.
eating gummy bears. That
Unsolved
was
Mysteries?
a Harbo package.
Whose turn is it?
I'll just go.
Narms.
Greatest show. I mean, first my first thought was like, greatest show. Something we could all agree, we all agree that we liked. It was like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was
Oh
pretty
my
cool.
god.
Because it
That's a good
hit you at
answer,
different
yeah.
levels where it was hilarious, it had some serious moments, and it had good acting too, with good characters.
Yeah.
They all worked well with each other, but honestly, my favorite show of all time recently just went off the air, and it's Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's a good answer.
sorry,
It's
who
true.
that
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad is
Breaking
really
Bad is
good.
great for this reason, well, mainly one of this reason right here.
If it's anything
I don't
about
know.
the ending, don't spoil it.
Don't spoil
No,
it.
of
I
course
haven't seen
not.
the last season.
Everyone
Yeah, of
reconciles.
course
and
I'm on like
everything's
the
good.
third season.
Okay, so like what I like about it is like you could carry on a conversation about Breaking Bad with anyone who likes Breaking Bad. You know,
Yeah.
bring people together. Like I didn't like some of my
Yeah.
coworkers at my old job. Then one day we just talked about. So you watch Breaking Bad? I said, yeah. So the next 6 hours of my shift just flew by. 'Cause we
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
on talking about every little thing.
Yeah.
We all there's good character development and like chemistry where Skylar was a bitch, but she was good at being herself. You know, her character.
Don't
His wife-
say
Especially in
anything,
the
don't say
beginning,
anything
man.
about the.
I'm not gonna spoil anything
Wait, how?
at all.
How?
But remember when Skylar
How
kills
far?
herself?
Wait, how far along?
Remember
have we
when she
gone?
kills herself?
Season 3, season
Right,
1.
there's
I need
there's
the
not
last
gonna be
one.
any spoiling.
Okay.
You haven't finished it yet?
It's not on Netflix yet.
Oh.
It just came on.
Last season.
Yep.
See you guys.
Yeah, so like it made me look forward to every Sunday, every time me and my
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
would watch a show. When the show was over, we'd be like, "Fuck, man, what do we do now?" You know, every time, and it was like, and it was great. Just a lot of character development. Everyone had their jokes and like what he had to do. Had to fight with like one of the toughest diseases that you're guaranteed to die very soon. You know,
Except Chris.
but Chris doesn't sell meth. He just plays
Chris is
hacky
an
sack
X-ray.
as a zombie
He's a
apocalypse.
superhero, man.
He just plays hacky sack and does math.
So.
But it's just, but like all the shit he has to go through where things like he wins a little bit, then a shitload of bad things go on. Wins a little bit more, things are going good, but he's stubborn. He'll find a way to fuck it up, and it's just interesting. And and how he grows with Jesse. I mean, the ending is great. Like there's a lot of shows that ended where you're just like.
Pretty possibly like a really.
But this one wanted to know. But when I watched the ending, I was like, that was really, really
Yeah.
good.
No,
And I won't even spoil anything, but I
it's a
just
really
want to
good
say that's
show.
how you bring
It's a
people
really good
together.
show.
All right, so same kind of thing. I know it's not over yet, but same kind of thing. You can have a Breaking Bad conversation with people for days. You can do that same thing with Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched that yet.
That show
is
addicting.
really, really good because they do an incredible job of like bringing the story alive and like sucking you into it. And it's
making you give a shit.
like in the same way where like with Harry Potter, if you read the books, you wish that you had a wand and you could practice magic. It's the same way with Game of Thrones. When you watch it, you wish that you could like, wear some armor and learn how to sword fight. And
I feel like that when I listen to Manowar.
Yeah.
Wait, have you watched Game
Fight
of
on
Thrones?
horseback, yeah.
You'll feel that way, dude. Watch Game of Thrones while listening to Manowar.
It's the best of both worlds.
So Krista brings a girl in, and you're like, "Gah!"
I have like the cats ripped apart. I'm just like, ah!
Just covered with guts.
It's too much. It's too
So
much.
it's still going, but I feel like 24 was a.
Yeah.
It's coming back. It's coming back too.
Yeah,
It is coming back. That's gonna be interesting.
I'll watch the new season, like the
Really good at
the third season, the third to last season was like my favorite season, and then something happened in the next season where I was pissed off. So I didn't watch it
The
again.
first half of I think it's season 5, where he goes to Africa.
Season 7.
Season 7.
I think I'm just about on season 3 of that.
I used to make fun of Tim for liking that show.
Skip
We both
season
used to
6.
make fun of Tim for liking that show.
Season 6 almost
It
gets you
kinda
to be
is.
like.
Season 6 is whatever the hell. 6. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Of what show?
24.
We're still talking about 24.
So season 6 wasn't very good.
But
I think that's the one I didn't like.
That's
The
the
one
one
with
down
that season is the one I didn't
Yeah,
Your
it's like the
outburst,
best
Tim?
It's fair.
Yeah. Season 5 was the best one. Tim knows.
Please tell me when you see an Allstate commercial that you don't think President Palmer.
I get that.
So wait. So what show was the biggest for you? The number one?
Oh, we
Game
were
of
talking about
Thrones,
24.
Game of
talking about
Thrones and then 24.
Well, but also the show that I'm.
Let's talk about every show that Ryan likes.
We're on a TV show review. I'm utterly addicted to, and I even watch a show about a show.
Are you
and
addicted?
Is
Are you
Walking
addicted?
Dead.
Yeah, I know you like
So
that
obviously
show.
that's where my
It is
question
Talking
came
Dead,
from.
yeah.
But I mean, I literally watched Talking Dead and will not miss one ever since I've seen
Really?
it.
That's like when they made that Talking Bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea for this show.
I would do it for Sons of Anarchy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only seen the first episode of Sons of Anarchy, but that shit was badass.
Yeah, watch it here.
Dude.
Yeah, I think I watched it here and I enjoyed it. I didn't ever watch it again.
I watched
but-
one random mid-season episode of Ryan. It was pretty intense. Some guy
Yeah.
got like his back shaved off. Like
Tim?
a knife.
No, that was with a flamethrower.
What's
Oh.
your
They took a flamethrower
That's
to
what
What's
his
your show,
back.
Tim?
An arc welder.
Oh.
Well, I think the formative show for me was X-Files. Just in terms of when I was growing up, I watched that show when I was young. I watched a lot of shows
such
that
a
were
good
rated
show.
R and like really dark when I was like really a kid. But modern, I would say it's Breaking Bad.
Oh, just.
In midly, I'd say 24. But overall, totalistically, 24.
24?
Just the ability to keep the tension, the excitement, the interest,
The entire.
the whole
Series.
the whole ride through, like the confines they put themselves within was extraordinary, and they were able to overcome it with. Yeah.
Quick add-in, but we're gonna get back into 24. I love what Corey had said at one point, like, why don't they have 8 weeks of him just sleeping? Since it's an hour out of a day.
It's like
where's like 8 episodes of him actually able to sleep?
Because he
It's like-
can't sleep because
Yeah,
there's
like
like...
the first 4 episodes are him, like, around the 4th when he wakes up, he's like, oh my god, Terrence
Oh my
here.
God.
You know, at the commercial,
They
there was
took
like-
over while I
And
was
then the last
sleeping.
4 episodes, he's like, back in bed.
Only in
the 3 or 4 like camera at different angles. It's like boom, boom, ding,
Everyone's
Oh,
and
oh,
it's
yeah.
just different angles of him sleeping.
Have you guys seen this like news show that he has on Fox, like Touch or some
Touch.
shit? It made me
Oh,
so
is that with
it-
Kiefer
it-
Sutherland
yeah,
as
it
well?
made me so mad because he's such a pussy in this show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
I've
this is
seen
I don't
it.
watch that.
There's a scene where like some guys are pushing him. I was like, guys, hey, stop! He's literally like, I was like, no, Jack Bauer, you kick their ass in front of your family right
You
now.
can do whatever you want with any of these people.
Yeah. Like no, you
How
don't
dare
do
you.
that 180.
I think if I were to ever bring like someone with me on like a dangerous thing or just have like a bodyguard, it would be Jack Bauer. Like there is no question out of anybody I could choose, I think it'd be Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer or MacGyver?
Jack Bauer. The dude's
MacGyver-
resourceful and brutal. Like MacGyver, he'd be like,
He's pretty
oh wait,
resourceful.
some guy's going to stab you?
Let me mix together these two chemical things and take my hat off to make it work.
Oh, he stabbed you?
Let me get back to my work.
It's like, MacGyver! I'm
No,
bleeding out.
I totally agree with
Jack Bauer would
Jack
be like
Bauer.
biting people's
If
ears
it's
off,
life or death, you want Jack Bauer.
breaking their neck.
Definitely, because
Boom.
he never has enough time.
He's like, do you know me at all, motherfucker? I don't have time for this.
What's your name?
That would be a great meme.
What's your name?
Just
My
a picture
name
of
is-
Jack Bauer. I don't have time for this.
I don't have time.
Time to know your name.
I don't have time for
And
this.
he's interrogating,
Don't have
and he
time.
makes he has probably the best interrogation scenes in all of TV.
Yeah.
Other
Dude,
interrogation
well,
is like,
because the way they made the show of it being actual time, 24 hours. So when you feel the pressure when he's interrogating someone.
Let me just jump in one more thing. Like I watched the first 5 seasons. I watched all of those. I believe I watched just about all of them with my mom. Like it was a show we both loved. The first season, the season premiere, we watched it together. It's like it's that type of show to where it brings
yeah, me and my brother.
It brings
Not only
together.
that,
It
not only
brings
that,
together.
real
you guys-
culture and
I
Have you guys,
remember trying to call Tim when it was on, and you literally could not talk to him for a solid hour.
Yeah,
What's
sure.
going on, man? I'm watching 24. What's up?
Man, 24.
Like, just saying what's up, man. Dude, 24's on. Bye.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
Have you guys watched a South Park episode where they make fun of 24? It's like a dead ringer of like every season of 24.
But not the Snook.
Oh,
Is
the
it-
What are we talking about?
South Park. It's a combination of a satire of Oprah Winfrey and 24.
in a sense, but yeah, no, it was great because like they talk about how it just starts as it's a great mockery of 24 to a T. There's always a scene where it's like, you're not in charge anymore, I'm taking over. Then another group comes in, no, you're not in charge anymore. And they fight each other. And
That
at
was
the
a
very
central
end,
conflict.
and then at the very end, it's like, we're back in charge. We got this. And the funny thing is, their intel's like they're using basic social media. It's like, check his Facebook page. What did he say this year? No, check the local city council webpage or whatever. It's city commerce page or some shit. They're just using like basic things for intel, and it's just fucking brilliant. Like the way South Park mocks something, it always makes me like it more. Like even like when they made fun of like I didn't watch wrestling for years, and then they made fun of pro wrestling, and like wow, that's exactly how pro wrestling is.
Yeah.
And I started watching it, and then it even made me
That's
watch.
the new one, South Park.
It even made me watch You Got Served, and I like You Got Served 10 times more than I probably ever would have if it wasn't for that.
The movie?
South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched it right after, remember?
That's
Yeah.
where
You're about to get served.
Butters is like a tap dancer and he kills everybody.
Yeah, actually, I probably should watch Game of Thrones since they probably mocked it so well,
They did.
Dude,
They did actually.
Game of Thrones, I literally had an almost 2-hour conversation with someone I'd never known, just over Game of Thrones. Because she had also read all of the books.
See, I have to convince people to watch Supernatural so I can talk to them about it.
I've seen
But when they do
times.
talk about Supernatural,
I'm gonna start
I
talking.
get so into it. I'm
Yeah.
like a child at Christmas.
Almost
Yeah.
like someone tries to ask you something, you're like, dude, hold on.
Is it?
Back to Supernatural.
Does it have an overarching storyline?
The
Oh, yeah, all
Office
the
used to be
seasons
that way.
Yeah.
The Office used to be that way, where you could make
And they
a
do a lot
friend
of
over the
X-Files
show.
stuff where
Yeah.
one
You could
episode
talk
of the
about that
season
show
will
and
be
you would be
really
friends
off
for
the
that
wall
point on.
and
You know what's
really,
funny?
I met a
I've
girlfriend.
seen a couple of them and I like them.
Yeah, they do comedy really well. The action stuff's really good, and the storyline. Like they're not afraid of to do what I know Game of Thrones does is like kill big
Like,
characters.
you
What about-
posted on Facebook about about Supernatural. I think I've liked at least some of them before. But I always feel good when you say it. It's like, yeah, I like that show. I've
Yeah,
seen
dude,
it only a
I
couple times.
I always say watch it from the beginning. It's on Netflix.
I'm
Yeah,
making.
I love the series.
I'm substantially through the 3rd season now.
That's awesome.
So-
Chris and I brought up a very valid point. Well, primarily Chris. That's how The Office was.
Like,
Literally,
you can make friends.
I can like if I have nothing else to watch. Like right now, I don't have a series that I'm into. Way I would go to bed is just flip on like a random episode of The Office.
Yeah,
And I mean, I remember the entire thing.
dude, especially if you hit like, I could watch the whole second season over again.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good.
Well, the whole run of The Office was really good. I think that's up there for one of the best TV shows of all time.
It is.
They did an amazing job, and the ending is so.
The
good.
ending was really good.
And what's crazy is that it's so basic.
Yeah.
Wait, were the six? How many? I feel like. Okay, I watched like the first. Chris and I were talking about this like a couple days ago. We were hanging out, or a week ago, or something like that. Like the first 3 seasons of The Offices, we've seen like 2 to 3 times each episode.
Yeah.
But the later seasons I didn't see. But I did see the final episode. At least I saw half of it.
I saw
But
later episodes, I just only
the
saw
very
them
last
once.
episode was like it brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because
But
they,
I do think it went too long.
Ooh.
Drop the mic.
I can see what you mean.
Maybe not earned that, but all the
They
same.
ended it perfectly, but they could have ended it earlier.
I can see that because
Yeah.
as soon as Andy was
Chief or whatever.
store manager, regional manager.
Yeah.
Regional manager, yeah.
It wasn't as entertaining.
I thought they had some really good.
No, it
like,
was still
ending
good.
episodes.
Yeah, it just wasn't-
what
It wasn't the
It wasn't
same.
magical.
what you knew. Yeah.
But
It's
that's
like-
because
But it was
they
still
did.
quality.
They were losing Michael and they couldn't do anything about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's like if you lived your entire life and then midway through your life they're like, okay, I'm just gonna take one of your arms.
Yeah.
And then you have to live the rest of your life, and the entire time you'll kind of think, it was really nice having 2 arms.
Yeah.
And-
but
and
you
you're
still
the-
live your life.
You're NBC Universal, and you don't have a better arm to replace it with, so
Yeah,
you keep
you-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who has a better? How do you
CBS.
replace
In
Steve
terms of
Carell
viewership.
in that kind of position? That
Not
position
necessarily
was.
in terms of
on-
overall.
on-
Corey
Perfect.
has a really good point that, you're gonna need 2 arms for everything, like a basketball team. Like when you're a big and fucking bird. That's fucking stupid.
But we
What it's a fucking stupid
We've come
choice.
full
I
circle.
gotta remember I can't post this topic first before this
Everything
video,
I
otherwise
chose-
that won't make any
The
sense.
bird thing, yeah, pretty fucking dumb, guys.
So okay,
Everything
It
actually
Roadrunner
arms,
is
you
awesome.
It doesn't even fly.
No,
on to the
Roadrunner is
back
awesome.
to the office. So yeah, there were a few episodes where Andy was like there was a few good episodes with him as store manager.
The
but-
tattoo
Yeah.
one was great.
Yeah,
But, like,
that
then
was
there was-
really good.
Then there was like
Nardone.
episodes where he was just gone, and then they had random
That's
cameos.
That's
in.
when it wasn't so good when he was gone on like a sailboat or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like a Thunderdome light inspired by like.
and so
And then there,
If you
there
stay
were
up until
seasons
4 a.m.
before
at
that where
tiny-
it wasn't as strong.
Mel
as like-
Gibson.
I know,
Master
like
Blaster.
with Michael Scott
Battle
there, it
axe
was
inside.
it made
It's like
everything
a
work.
hologram.
Like you had
somewhere.
the
Think of
ridiculous
that
boss.
Star
Yeah.
Wars chess game.
So it's just,
Oh, that's
Death
very good
Star.
reference because I totally know what you're saying.
but
Yeah.
it's just
where they're like, let the Wookiee win.
yeah, like at any point I could
If
flip
it's
on
by
an
your
episode
board,
of The Office and be like, oh,
What's
I
your
like
document?
this one. Yeah, I'll watch this one.
Yeah,
The shenanigans between Jim and Dwight were
is probably the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Yeah, I think hands down, Asian
Shenanigans.
Jim was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Where they hire their Asian acting friend to sit at Jim's desk and he's working and Dwight's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Dwight, you're being stupid." And he's like, "No, really, who are you?" And he's like, "It's me, Jim." He's like, "You're not Jim."
Isn't
And he's
this
like, "No, I'm Jim." And he's like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Okay, well then, what exactly? Tell me about your sale yesterday where you sold about 100 pounds, whatever." And he's like, "I didn't sell that. It was this, this, this." And he's like, "I know that." And stuff. And he's like,
And he
"Hold
has
on,
a
let
mic
me
in his
check
ear.
my messages." And somebody opens it and he turns it on speakerphone. And it's like, "Enter your password." He looks at Dwight and he like covers it and he types it in. And it's like, "You have 2 new messages." And Dwight's like, "What?" And he runs over and he like hangs it up and he's like, "That's company property. You cannot listen to all that information." And he's like, "Dwight, it's me, Jim." And he's like, "You are not Jim." And he picks up the picture on his thing and he's like, "This is Jim." And it's a picture of the Asian guy and Pam and their kid and they're like all happy and he's like, "No!"
think one of the
So
best
funny.
but simplest ones was where he came in and he was acting like Dwight the whole time.
Yes!
Yeah.
Like he's
Dude,
going, and
that's
then it's the
mine.
first
That's
time where it
mine.
has the talking head with Jim, and he's like
beads.
Battlestar Galactica. He's got like the mustard shirt
Wait,
and the
What's going
frames.
on? What are you doing?
Michael.
Yeah.
He like tells on him first.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
I also like it when they go through the grievances and you find out all the different little ones
Yeah,
Jim has
yeah.
done to Dwight. And my favorite is when they read, because it's a bunch of them, Jim did this, Jim did this, Jim did this. And one of them's, I picked up my phone and hit myself in the head. And he's like, what? And then it goes to Jim and he's like, oh yeah. I put a nickel in his headset. I'd unscrew it and put a nickel in there and then close it again. And then after a while, when he got used to the weight, I'd put in more. And he's like, and then one day I just took them all out. Like, I thought that was genius. And then when he did like the fake murder in the hotel room, where Dwight comes in with Aaron and there's blood all over the walls and there's like a rope hanging out of the balcony and stuff, and on big words and blood it said Dwight did it, and he's like, no! Like, the phone runs out. They had some really good ones.
But what do we think? My reoccurring question with The Office was Jim. He has people get along with him. He's an intelligent guy. But moreover, he doesn't like his job. The central thing, and a part of why I felt The Office kind of jumped the shark, but I don't really know because I didn't watch like seasons 5 to 7. But it was the character of Jim. He didn't fully realize who he was, his character, and it was
Until
those
he-
two things.
Apparently, you didn't see the show when he.
No, you got it. You
He
just
starts
started
working
working
as
as
a store manager, but he also goes with Ryan / PJ Novak with the startup, right?
No, he
That's
does.
central
No,
conflict.
he.
Oh, dude, you missed
You need
out
to
on-
watch it, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
like,
whole
what?
storyline where he
Season
basically.
7.
He realizes a dream.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
ends
okay.
up starting a company, I think,
That's-
basically, without giving too much away.
All right.
And I love it when he brings Daryl in for the
Yeah.
interview for the company, and he's like, "It's a swish," and shoots it and knocks the light into the fish tank
Yeah,
and
it's
kills
like-
all the fish.
It's like the worst. Yeah, it's the worst possible. They still hire him, but it's like the
Yeah.
worst possible job interview ever. Yeah, it's
Oh, I love it when they're interviewing for Gan's position and Michael's there. It's the episode where they realize he has a woman's suit.
yeah, that's a great one.
And then he's sitting there with Jim and Pam, and he's like, yeah, well, I know everyone around here, so just let me know if you guys need anything and I can help you out. And there's some guy at the thing, and Jim's like, yeah, what's his name? And he's like, his name is Beardy. And stuff, and Jim's like, okay, I'm gonna say hi. And he's like, no, only I call him that. We have a thing.
Dude, have you seen the one where he memorizes everyone's names by like really sensitive things about
I mean,
themselves? Like he's
it's
like,
a really long connection, but it's like really insulting.
but it actually works for
Yeah.
him, you know. And it's really funny because he memorizes everyone's names really well, but he's like, oh yeah, this guy's a fatty, and fatty rhymes with patty, and patty is kind of like unisex, and so you're not sure whether it's a guy or a girl. So,
it'll be like Jake. Like, he just connects it in some crazy way.
that's a really good one too
Yeah.
with Michael though, or Prison Mike.
Prison Mike.
Prison Mike.
My name's Prison Mike. What's the worst part of prison? The Dementors. Like in Harry Potter?
Remember that episode?
Not Harry Potter.
Remember the episode
Don't
we had
talk
like
this up.
a thing on your back, you had to guess who you are by stereotypes and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna eliminate stereotypes by doing this.
No, oh man, that episode was so funny. That was the diversity day when
Yeah,
he
but-
makes his own diversity thing because they had diversity today, and he's like, "Mine is diversity tomorrow because today is almost over." And he's like, "Abraham Lincoln once said, if you are a racist, I will attack you with the North." And those are the words that I live my life by.
He's such an idiot. No, but he picks the things that would be true for that person. That's
Yeah.
back when the show would really push boundaries.
Yeah.
They pushed awkward humor to a whole nother level because Like, I think in the first episode he makes Pam cry, right?
Yeah, because
like,
he
he
pretends
fake
to
fires
fire.
her.
Yeah.
And in
You're
that
fired.
episode, in Diversity Day, he...
Gets smacked by Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly slaps him.
Dude, the basketball one's really good, but what I love most about the
Oh, my
basketball
goodness.
episode is the deleted scenes, because Michael keeps taking like full court shots, but if you watch the deleted scenes, he makes one, and everyone's just like, what? Like going
Yeah.
crazy, and he's like jumping around, he's like, yeah, yeah, but it's hilarious seeing their reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And I love that one because he picked Stanley on the team because he's black. And Stanley gets the ball and he's like bouncing it. He's like, what? He's like, are you serious?
That's right. He's so mad. He's so mad because he's so bad at basketball.
And right when they walk out on the court, Dwight takes his shirt off and he's like, we're skins. He was like, put your shirt on. Really good.
That's a really good episode for Jim, too.
Okay, well, this is our office topic.
Yeah.
All
Great
right.
TV shows.
So that was Chris's.
That was a really good topic.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
So fantastic series. Had a little too extended of an ending, but the
Yeah.
ending was.
I like what Tim
But-
said about we need to go on to a new topic. We're going to talk about this for hours.
So wait, what other TV shows did you choose?
I didn't watch.
Who chose
like,
what? Who chose X
I
Files?
said Scrubs, X-Files,
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, which was awesome. You said, you named like a bunch of them.
Yeah, you had a.
Game of Thrones.
But Game of Thrones, I think, was the
But
first
that's the
one.
current one.
Yeah.
I'm the one who brought up 24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
24 then.
And then Tim, I
I
think,
chose 24.
yeah,
So
Tim
24,
went
yeah.
fully with 24. Yeah.
And then Office.
Yeah, and then we
I'm
talked about
surprised
The
you didn't
Office.
bring up House.
Alright, that was really good.
Yeah, Tim
House
was
is a
really
good
good
show,
into House.
but it's very cookie cutter. But
And
they
it
had
lost-
some really good.
It was really good for a while, but
And
it
Hugh
lost
Laurie
its-
has a perfect American accent.
Firefly.
I know.
What
I
is
watched
it?
it. American
Have you
Idol.
ever seen
Dude,
Firefly?
Firefly. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I love
Firefly is similar to Arrested Development, not in type of show, but it got canceled way too soon.
Yeah.
Like it was a really good
No
show,
one brought up
and
Power Rangers.
it canceled it too early.
No, not with those shitty graphics.
Hold on.
Or
Happy
Power
Days?
Rangers or Ninja Force, Mega Force, Turbo, Samurai Storm.
So like in that fast.
VR Troopers.
Did I say-
Dang it! I was gonna go and say.
Hey guys, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Gundam
The
Wing?
best theme song for us, I think, is like.
Oh,
Gargoyles.
that was like
Beetleborgs.
cartoon.
Hey, one of my cartoon characters, a gargoyle.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
We can only play at night though.
Otherwise, it's just like shit. It just got a big fucking.
Don't throw it to the gargoyle.
What are you thinking, Roadrunner? Throw some hands.
Alright. You forgot your pigtails?
Dang it! Where's your hair control? Come on.
Where's your hand? Where's your eye hair control?
You have the worst eye hair coordination I've ever seen on a bird.
Eye hair.
Alright, and that will do it for subjects in the topic. Oh god, let's end this.
Chris,
Hey, but
We got one topic.
you know what would be the worst coach to have on your team though? Like a gremlin.
Well, I would say, but
Then you pour like the Gatorade. It's wet now. It just kills it.
And then you have a million other coaches.
Why would he kill everybody?